Kamen Rider Mice has just been revealed and there's a whole lot to unpack. From the core gimmick, the suit design, to the secondary and rival riders, there is so much to talk about, so let's just get right into it. So right off the bat, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was not a big fan of this design. It looked too much like ZEZTZ. From the crossbody driver, the nakedish legs, hell, even the material of the suit looks like it's a repaint of ZEZTZ's plasma form. While all of these made perfect sense within the context of ZEZTZ as a show, seeing them reused here just kinda felt weird. And in all honesty, I can see why the leakers originally thought that this was going to be a ZEZTZ rider. I mean, literally the design here looks like it has ZEZTZ's undersuit and he has a crossbody driver, so yeah, I completely understand why they thought that. But after sitting on it for a couple of hours, I think I can vibe with this design. It's going to be a suit where I'm going to have to see it in action first to fully say if I like it or hate it, but as of right now, I'm really interested in where it goes. Now alongside this, we gotta look at two other riders being Rido and MAOU. Now apparently Rido is our secondary and shares the same belt and ride egg as Mice. And the ride eggs are going to be the gimmick of the season. Except instead of wearing the driver as a cross bag, he actually wears it as a belt like most other riders. While MAOU is a rival rider using a completely new driver that literally looks like a fidget toy. There are so many knobs and things to pull, this toy looks like it's going to be fun. Now I really like both of these designs a lot, especially MAOU's. He feels like a cross between Horobi and Jin's Burning Falcon form, which I just love. While Rido just looks like he could have literally been used as Ben's Black Panther suit. Honestly, a TTFC special with these two teaming up with Ben and John would be cool, but I highly doubt it will happen. Going back to Rido, he is said to be a counterpart to Mice, with him using the same toy and gimmick as him. But the thing that sets him apart is his hammer buckle attachment, which honestly reminds me a lot of the Desire Driver buckles, I don't know why. Honestly, this is what it reminds me of. I don't know why it reminds me of the Geats 1S buckle, but it just does, okay? And if I'm being honest, the entire belt design reminds me a lot of the Desire Driver, but instead of the buckle swapping, it's the core swapping. Now on the topic of the hammer buckle, it seems like Mice will be able to use it as well. Swapping over to the original way the belt is supposed to be worn and gaining the same chest piece as Rido, and then gaining what seems to be a brand new helmet. I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, I am down to see how it does. Also, a little small detail I noticed is when Rido uses the egg, its center is reddish, while Mice has the core being blue. Needless to say, whatever this mallet hammer adapter thing is, it's going to be a core item in the series, at least early on. As for MAOU, he seems to be the big rival for Mice, at least at the beginning of the series. He definitely seems to be playing more into the cat role than Rido, with his name literally being a wordplay on the sound a cat makes. And the concept of him being a rival actually plays into the legend of Chinese Zodiacs, where the mouse tricks the cat during the Great Race to determine if it's going to be a Zodiac or not. The mouse ultimately won the race and became the Zodiac, while in Vietnamese culture, the cat actually replaces the rabbit. With that said, maybe the story of Mice has something to do with the two alternate paths, where at first Rido and MAOU gang up on Mice, then Rido teams up with Mice while MAOU is against him, showing both stories through the cats. Think of how Aruto and Horobi were handled, or even Baron and Gaim. Rival riders but occasionally work together. Also, one extra thing that people have pointed out is that MAOU's pose is very similar to Doubles, while Rido's looks like 0-1. Mice on the other hand has a completely new pose. But with this being classified under the 55th anniversary for Kamen Rider, could each of these riders pay homages to other riders through their poses? Obviously, this is just food for thought. With that said, let's get right into the ride eggs because there's a lot to break down from these things alone. If it wasn't obvious already, one of the series' gimmicks is going to be Zodiacs. And the ride eggs reflect that, with each of them having a specific Zodiac animal and then having a counterpart animal, which will most likely be the ox forms for Mice and Rido. So for example, the first egg is Mouse and Cat, Mice and Rido. The others confirmed so far are Tiger and Orca, Rabbit and Tortoise, Sheep and Wolf, and Dog and Eagle. And all of these are numbered from 1 to 14, which given this, I guess we might have a Swords of logo or even a Geats situation, where there's a lot of riders at the start of the show and each of them will allow Mice to use their egg to show off the auxiliary form. And if you pay attention to the trailer, Mice egg goes from blue to pink, and the cat and mouse logos are actually swapped around. Meaning Mice probably got kicked out of the Zodiacs, and this is the story of how he became a Zodiac rider or something like that. And all of this circles right back to the original Chinese Zodiac story. It also seems like Mice has been something passed down through generations. In the trailer, we see a more older city turn into a modern city, while multiple hands hold out the right egg, with one of those looking extremely feminine, by the way. So maybe this is the passing of the torch story, similar to the Ryu soldier story. So maybe Mao is the mentor to Raido, while Mice is just a whole other deal. The tagline of the story does say that this power has been in slumber for over a century, so maybe this has been something to deal with the passing of the torch. Also, the trailer has a fancy vibe with it, like it's almost a 1900s film, which kind of makes me wonder if this story might have something to do with Mice being a butler, which would line up with leaks. Now for the big stuff that people want to know. First off, will this be simulcasted? And from the looks of it, it looks like it will. And funny enough, just like the ZEZTZ announcement, it also says that it will be announced at a later date, so I guess that's just being finalized right now. And if I'm being honest, I'd assume that it's going to be like ZEZTZ where it's on Tokusatsu. But honestly, if Tokusatsu does get the distribution rights, I hope they do a better job at it because it has just been messy with ZEZTZ. Currently, the episodes debut as a live stream, which first off means that it's not even the best quality. Second of all, there's a lot of issues that can go wrong with a live stream. Within the past year, we have had streams that there isn't a DVR function, the stream just doesn't start, and literally last week the stream had corrupted audio, leading to a creation of another stream that was then delayed by like 20 to 30 minutes. As much as I do love the simulcast, I do feel like it can be done better. For example, maybe doing it as a premiere to upload, similar to how Subaraya does Ultraman. That way you get the best quality and there's no delay, it's just scheduled to publish. Not only that, they need to do a better job at marketing the series internationally, because just uploading it to YouTube isn't going to expand the brand at all. And that's the entire goal for the Kamen Rider brand heading into the future, stated directly at the 55th anniversary press conference. If they want Rider to become an internationally known brand, they need to promote it via streamers, creators, and maybe even do more events. All in all, I'm happy that we are getting simulcast, but it could simply be done better. Moving along, we did get an announcement for who the producers of the show were, being Naomi Takabe and Yusuke Minato. Naomi is known for her works on O's, Gaim, Geats, and Gav, all series praised by fans, and also those toys sold like hotcakes. Meanwhile, Minato is known for his work on Gotchard. Now I know a lot of people hate Gotchard, but there is no denying that those Ride Kimmy cards sold like crazy. Now of course the TCG craze did help out there, but honestly the point still stands. With these two in charge of the show this season, I think we're in good hands. Now currently the writer of the series isn't confirmed, but rumors are saying that it's the Kuga writer, Naruhisu Arakawa, which honestly if that's the case, we are in for a good story. I mean, he has written great Sentai shows being Akiba Ranger, Kira Major, Gokaiger, Deca Ranger, and Aba Ranger, so yeah, I'm interested to see how he will handle a REIWA Rider series. Now currently there isn't a press conference announced at the moment, but given ZEZTZ is ending in a few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the next couple of weeks. Needless to say, based off the rumors so far, I think the series is in good hands, especially with the Zodiac premise. This just looks like it's going to be a fun series to watch. But with that, if you're excited for Mice, go ahead and smash that like button down below and hit subscribe while you're down there. I got a bunch of videos planned for the future and I don't want you to miss them. And with that, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I'm FalPlays and I'm out. Peace.